You can start.
And we're back with round 2. We have Amir Gelgor on black-white tokens against Rikus Boonzaaier on Rakdos aggro.
Yeah. It's basically just all vamps, actually.
Yeah.
But a more general description of the deck is black-white tokens.
I suppose it is more of a tribal vampire deck. There's the reason why I don't want to say all vamps, because there are 3 Crested Sunmen.
It's really good synergy with all the incidental life gain that he's got here.
Make 5/5 indestructibles.
Interesting. Really young player as well. He's 8, maybe 9 years old. Let's see how he does. Rikus, on the other hand, is playing a concoction of his black-red control featuring Angrath the Flame Chained.
I was in PE for the last month, really. Played against Madu vehicles. And I was playing blue-black control. Opponent slams Angrath on 5.
Poor.
Did not know what the card did.
Please discard. Please
and
discard.
I was like, okay, cool, I have no answer for you.
That's a fat Liliana. Okay, Rikus going down to 6 cards. Just kind of a fat Liliana.
It is.
It's up, makes you discard a card. It's down,
it can
kills a creature.
Make you sack a creature.
Yeah, except all of the modes deal damage.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a scary thing, really. You didn't expect it.
What's his ult?
I can't actually remember what his ult does.
I will find out, I'm sure. We can have a look at the deck list later.
Rikus down to 5. Never a good sign. No lands in his second hand. Can't exactly keep that.
Doesn't sound like he's too unhappy about it though. He says the deck mulligans well enough. I should be able to handle 5 cards. But maybe he's just keeping his game face on. I don't know. I'm never happy mulliganing. Never mind down to 5.
And he keeps this, I think. He has 2 lands, Fatal Push, and Think on his own. Yeah, he's keeping it, Upgrade on top. Probably going to bottom that once he lands. He has Glory Ring in hand. I also don't think he needs it in this match.
He is going to have trouble though. All of his removal is spot. No sweepers except for... Well, he's got some spot stunts actually.
Yeah,
if he can find one, that would be very good for him.
Oh yes, Golden Demise mainboard as well. That does actually deal with almost all of Amir's threats.
Yeah, sorry, let me take back my previous statement. He has got a fair amount of sweeper in his board.
Fatal Push
he's got a hell of a lot
going to deal with the 2-1. I don't think that's right.
I think he just wants nothing, absolutely nothing on the board. He's going to try and slow his opponent down quite a bit. Is that a Gonti?
Yeah, it is a Gonti.
Sure. Like a very light, like splattering of creatures in his deck. This is a hard red-black control deck. 4 Braids, 2 Doomfalls, set of Fatal Push, 2 Golden Demise, 2 Lightning Strike, 2 Magma Sprays, 2 Sweltering Suns, 4 Rakdos Contempt. I don't think anything is going to live here. This is Skyship Stalker, the Modal Flyer.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very interesting. He's also playing Noxious Gearhulk. So this is basically his nose to toes removal deck, and there's a few pretty chunky threats.
And we are going to see a
Gonti. Just pretty good at blocking that Yahini.
So quick question, Don.
I'm gonna take.
What do you think, Legion's
I'm gonna take that Legion's Landing. Absolutely.
But if it flips, does it flip back at Amir's control?
No, it just transforms. It doesn't exile. He also doesn't have any white mana.
Oh, it doesn't need a white
mana. Ability.
Oh, sure, to activate its ability.
Okay, actually, so maybe you take the Martyr. I would want to take the Martyr. Whatever. Let's see how he does here. Yeah, considering he's got only one way to recur the Gonti, I think he actually should have taken the Martyr of Dusk there. He's holding double Glorybringer.
Yep, he needs a land.
And he's got both red sources. Elender is problematic in this situation.
I mean, declining to attack. He top decks Canyon Slough. So I do
It's
believe
really difficult for me to tell what are lands and what aren't when Rikus puts his hand down, because the back of his sleeves are swamps. Look at that. So I can't tell.
So yeah, he gets 3 1/1s with lifelink.
Oh, okay, he cast the token producing card.
I don't know if that's ideal because his opponent does have Yahini on the battlefield.
Oh, it's definitely better than the Legion's Landing. I thought
Yeah,
that's
that's
what he
true.
took. This is
that
fine
is
for
fair.
him.
And since he did top deck the land for the Glorybringer, he's going to go Glorybringer Exert, 2 turns in a row. Not exactly the most ideal spot for Amir to be in. Of course, Amir doesn't know that yet.
Yeah.
However,
I feel like that lender must leave soon, or Rikus is going to have a problem with an exceptionally wide board. He already does. He's got a problem with a really wide board right now.
Like, he can't even exert on Elender because his opponent can just sack 4 guys, make it a 5/5.
That's Legion's Landing right there.
Just sack 5 guys, make it a 5/5.
That's aggressive.
Block with Conti. Has Death Touch. No! What do you... No! No! Okay, yeah. It's been a while since I've gone no. So much as I've done now.
I think that's fine.
I don't.
Melinda also has lifelink.
Yeah.
She's going to become a massive problem very soon. Rikus can't really kill it with Glorybringer either. And I think Amir is happy to trade a bunch of creatures to just keep, or sacrifice a bunch of creatures to Yaheni to make the Elender grow.
Glorybringer. So I think because Elender doesn't see much play, maybe Rikus doesn't really know what it does.
He should
Or
have
how
read it.
powerful it can be. It is one of the cards where you really need to kill it as soon as possible, if possible.
Maybe he's gonna try chop it off till he finds a Braskus Contempt.
The thing is, though,
You just sack it to the
you'll
Yaheni.
sack it.
So
I
maybe
think-
Yaheni needs to die first. Actually, it's not really the Elender that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's the Yaheni.
the Yaheni
because he's the
engine.
enabler for all of this shenanigans that's happening.
So, okay, so Rikus is exerting. I'm not sure what his target is, because if he targets Elender, his opponent's just going to sack.
Oh, it
3
doesn't
guys.
really matter what he does. Whatever he targets is going to be sacrificed
Yeah.
to Yaheni.
Unless it's
it's
Yaheni
Elender.
himself.
Oh, Yaheni's just going to eat them to become indestructible. And he's going to... Yeah, this is... not great. Not great at all.
I think he was supposed to block with
The mighty
Conti.
Glorybringer
Okay,
Yep,
he
that's
sacks
happening.
3. And,
gets fed.
okay, it's not 5 counters, it should be 4. So, should get that damage.
Let's just get that fixed.
So what Rikus could be doing with that line is forcing his opponent to make Elender massive and then blocking with Conti. Maybe that could have been his line all along, maybe we were just wrong.
So Elender is actually a 5/5, not a 6/6. But
And
I'm sure we'll get that fixed pretty soon.
I mean, losing one drawing a card. Attacks with both Yaheni, Elender, and Vampire Token to flip Legion's Landing. Legion's Landing does flip.
She's big.
Amir's gonna gain a lot of life. Block on Elender.
Okay, well, I suppose we'll just have to forget about the fact that he's put too many counters on the Elender.
So yeah, Amir's board set stays the same as what it was before, but he does gain a sizable chunk of damage more. Okay, wait. Why is Elenda not dead?
What do you mean?
He blocked it with the Gonti. Okay, it's about to die.
Sure.
And now Yeni is out of Glory Brigade range.
Yeah, he's pretty big. Oh, this is a terrifying thing to look at. Oh my word.
His opponent also has the White Desert, which gives all his creatures +1.
Yeah, it's really scary. I don't know what Rikus' life total is.
Rikus gained 1 there, so he's
this
up
guy
to
went
22,
up 6.
and he went up 6.
27. Did he attack with any life-linking vampires?
Yes, he attacked with 1.
One of them, so he's actually not much.
And Rikus stays in 21 because he took 1 and gave
this is perfect. Forsaken Sanctuary, tapped, passed the turn. Yeah, then Mulligan to 5 didn't do Rikus any favors here. His life total is still relatively healthy, and should he find something nice like a Golden Demise or Sweltering Suns, he should be right back in this. What did he pick up? There's the Sweltering Suns.
He got the Sweltering.
I think he's just going to slam it right away.
He has no choice. Like, yeah, the Yeni's gonna go a bit bigger. Nothing you can do about it.
Okay, they're just trying to address the problem.
I don't think they could have fixed it though.
Yeah, it's a little bit, it's too late. They're trying to fix it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I just mentioned to the players that they need to keep better track of how many counters go on Elenda. But for now, everything is fine. And that Sweltering Suns is not something Amir wants to see here.
Cleans up the board pretty nicely. Loses the rest of his board.
Yeah, sure. Vampire token needs to leave.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. We got rid of it.
And Yeni should go by +1. Does not. That is a mistrigger, unfortunately.
Something that can happen. Okay, so we've got Amir at 23 and Rikus at 19. We just had a...
Oh wait, yeah, I mean to take 4.
Proper life total update here. Thank you very much. Queen's Commission off the top for Amir, giving him 2 more tokens. Adanto is going to own this game, I think. Until Rikus can deal with that Yeheni.
At the same time, Rikus is attacking for 8. And killing both his opponent's tokens. Well, I'm not sure if he actually wants to.
I don't know. Tokens. Look, Amir can swing in for 7. Exerting on those tokens is a poor choice.
Yeah. Attack for 8, swing back for 7. 3 to clock both ways.
Amir does gain 2 points of life.
Because he's actually pretty far behind here.
He's not great here. He needs to find a Vraska's Contempt.
Which he has, a fair number.
If he had a Doomfall, then we can exert onto the...
That's still not good enough because his opponent can make a token.
Didn't think about it.
Attack for 8. Amir goes down to 15. No exerts. As you predicted.
Doing pretty well for a mulligan to 5. was a really big trade with the sweltering suns there, taking a huge amount off the board. But Adanto, the first fort, it's flipped and it's producing vampires here. Because holding a scavenger grounds,
I don't
not
think
really
it's correct to hold it.
practical here. Yeah, why would he be doing that? It looks like a fatal push.
It does, but a fatal push kills the token. Does not kill you any at this point. And if you were just killing a token, I don't think Amir cares at this point.
In fate, against 3.
The fact that lifelink is happening here is
Yeah,
a
the
bit of an
race is
issue.
difficult for Rikus.
I'm actually surprised Amir hasn't cost this Sunmare.
I think
He will cost it now.
Oh, it's end step. It's not each time he gains life, so he's just protecting it. Well, not that there's anything Rikus can do about it at this point.
Multiply probably the decider, but
He can double exert onto the sun, man. Rikus
unfortunately,
not quite dead then.
I don't think it's quite good enough. His opponent's on 18, gets a 5-5, staying down lethal on the swing back.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Yep, he's done. Sure. Okay, so let's have a look at these guys' decks and sideboards and just read some of the more interesting cards, because I am quite curious about what some of these things do, really. Let's just see what we can look at over here. So we've got, man, this is one interesting game. Crested Sunmare. So over there, this is what's in Amir's deck list. Like, we've got these deck lists the wrong way around here for some reason. My apologies. Okay, so it's Amir's on the left and Rikus is on the right. Oh, this is awkward. Anyway, so the names on the top are incorrect for now. But if you can just have a look at these, what do you think is coming in for either of them?
Okay, so from Amir's side, I definitely want to see Dudes.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense. Rikus is dense with... oh, maybe that got fixed. There we go, much better. Dense with counter value. So we bring in the duress there. And then let's see what this says. Yeah, so she just produces tokens equal to her power when she dies. This could also be very massive for Amir.
Besides Dudes, I can see an argument for Excellence Binding.
Sure. It does deal with... I mean, but he saw nothing. He saw Glory Bringers.
The thing is, though, he saw multiples of Glory Bringers.
What does this even do? It's a modal flyer. It's a good mana sink. And
it has fire breathing.
Yeah, it produces a threat from very little. Let's just read this guy. I'm so curious.
Angrath the Flame Chained. Each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life, +1.
He's a gigantic burn spell. That's...
-3.
Wow.
Steal a creature. If it has CMC 3 or less, it gets sacrificed at the end of turn.
That's pretty good.
You untap it, gets haste,
Yeah.
swings at your opponent's face.
And
the ulti, each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in his or her graveyard.
A little bit of a number with that
Field of Ruin.
main deck Scavenger Grounds. But I don't think he's interested in the -8. It's just there in case.
And to be fair, he's not interested in Scavenger Grounds in this match anyway.
Yeah. Although he's got no place to side it out. He can't cut the lands.
Like, okay, Amir is definitely siding in Dudes, possibly Excellence Binding. He's probably siding out maybe...
Bonus Hunger is a nice piece of removal here.
It is, but he hasn't seen many creatures.
Well, it's a nice piece of removal against Glorybringer, and that's what he has seen.
Might be better than Excellence Binding.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what he sides out.
The deck does look very tight.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sunmares could probably come out, but he doesn't have any information about his opponent's deck.
He doesn't know if his opponent's even playing Rascal's Contempt.
Sure.
You've seen a lot of sweepers, so a bunch of the smaller creatures can definitely come out. Anything that doesn't provide additional value, like maybe your token producers.
These guys seem just about ready to get going, so I think we'll swap back to the game here.
I think Rikus is actually supposed to be favored because the amount of sweepers he has.
Yeah, he's
So
got
I don't
5
think
main
he
deck,
sides much in any way.
4 or 5 main deck, plenty of spot removal.
It's just
He's just got to draw his
multiplies.
Rakdos Contempt at the right time, I think. It's very good in this matchup.
Also, no mulling to 5.
That's another important thing. It's getting lucky.
For those of you who are new to Magic, each time you mulligan, you lose a card. And each time you lose a card, it just means you have less resources than your opponent, so decreases the chance of winning by quite a bit.
Yeah. Less options, less things to do. I mean, less is less in Magic. Less is not more.
Yep.
You just want more.
More is always more. Draw more cards, do more damage, have more creatures.
Is that a Thopter Arrest?
Yep, it is a Thopter.
I did see it in the deck list, but I mean, it kind of just passed me by. That's a pretty good opener for Amir. Rick is considering whether he wants to go down.
Again.
I see 2 lands. I see a Skyship Stalker. And he's going to go down to 6 cards. He did have a pretty good game for 5 cards.
Yeah. Just to confirm, both these players are.
Yeah,
they're both.
They're both up or win.
Just to get that up there, so viewers know. Not sure if this is going to be a very nice game for Rikus. He's mulling again.
It could be a good 6. Let's see what we find. We got a land. We got a lightning strike. We got 3 lands. We got a lightning strike and a Rakdos Contempt, and what looks like a Sweltering Suns. What is that card in his hand over there?
Is
it a Skyship Stalker?
I don't think it's Sweltering Suns.
It could be any of the red cards in his deck. Really, it's fine. It could be. It's a braid.
Okay, it's a braid. And he's bottoming his Stalker.
This is a good opening hand. I think he can work with this. He's gonna lead with a Canyon Slow. Yeah.
Quite a slow start.
Okay. That's ideal for Amir. It's basically the best 1-drop he has.
Yep. It's probably one of the better 1-drops in the format.
Yeah, it's a Sarcomancy on crack.
Unfortunately for Amir, Rikus has just stopped at Golden Demise.
Oh, is it going to be in time?
It's definitely going to be in time.
Does he produce 2 creatures this turn? No, just one.
Just one that comes back. So I don't even think Rikus needs to do anything. He could kill this 2-1 in his opponent's turn.
He needs to stop that Legion's Landing from flipping. I actually don't like it. You just pop something on attacks here. Yeah. So wait till
move to combat. Pop
wait till Amir goes to combat. Let's see if he has the nerve for it. This is not a particularly threatening situation, but he can't feel too good about the previous game.
Yeah, I think the previous game was pretty bad for him. And here we are seeing him just pass turn back. Okay. If his opponent doesn't attack with 3 creatures, he does not need to worry.
Keeping the stiff lip. That's a Lord. Adding 2, 3, 4 points of power to the board. 2 of it is right now. The other 2 comes in next turn. Pop the Lord. Gains a point of energy. That seems quite fine to me.
I think you don't need to pop the Lord this turn, to be fair. Because he wants, I think
it takes 4 power off the board.
At the same time, if you stop the 2-1, you take 2 less
you
damage.
take the same amount of damage.
Well, no, you take 1 less point of damage, and your opponent doesn't decur a creature.
Well, he does gain more life this way, though.
Yes.
If he doesn't. Okay, sure. I think it's time.
Well, his action 16 because he took 2 from the attack as well. I think you wait for attacks.
Why is there a Skyship Stalker on the battlefield?
Okay, so unfortunately, that does mean the Legion's Landing is definitely
probably going to flip this turn. Let's see how Amir feels about that.
Oh, and it's getting Thopter arrested.
Cannot attack or block. Attacks for 3. And Legion's Landing triggers. And that's going to be a huge problem. Really tough to beat flipped Legion's Landing in any way.
I think that first game probably just got to Rikus a bit.
He probably also just wanted to follow up on or a creature on board after the wipe so that he could start applying pressure.
Yeah. These trap lands he's drawing on turn 5 each game. Pretty problematic when you have Glory Ring in your deck.
Yeah.
And now that that land has flipped, even
Yeah,
Golden Demising doesn't feel good
right now.
because he just gets a 1/1 back because
Yeah.
that creature gives him a 1/1 and dies.
Sure. Amir did draw Legion's Lieutenant, so probably playing that next turn, attacking for 2, gaining 2.
I mean, he does have Excellence Binding in hand. Legion's Lieutenant. I think he's actually supposed to tap a bit better than that. He has an unclaimed
Doesn't
territory.
really matter.
It does, because he has to take a point of damage.
I see a Concealed Courtyard in the swamp that he's tapped. There's no pain there.
No, I mean for when he's activating his...
Oh, the Legion's Lieutenant, sure.
Yeah. Activating it until...
Oh, he does have an unclaimed territory that he could be tapping for the Legion Lieutenant.
Doesn't
Glory
matter too
Bringers,
much.
kind of nice here.
Yeah.
I think he probably explodes that Legion Lieutenant like in the face. And Amir right back down to 20.
Issue that he's going to...
Look, the little bit of life gain is really a non-issue for Amir. I mean, it makes lifelinkers. It makes lifelinkers. The land makes lifelinkers.
And
What?
yeah, he has a choice. He doesn't... He could basically make
think
sure his
he's-
opponent can't go to bring him a game
He's
by Excellence Binding it.
Binding right now.
Yeah. He's deciding whether or not he wants to Yeni, I believe. Okay, no, he's just tapping better. Excellence Binding, good, you know. That cannot be decost.
No more Glory Bringers.
Attack for 2.
This is not
Gain
great
2.
at all.
His opponent might be forced to Blaskus and tempt a token away.
I think it's a little way away from that desperate at this point. What else is in Rikus' hand? We see Vraska's Contempt, we see Chandra, and it looks like he's playing the Chandra.
Yeah, plus up. I think that's a land in hand. Not too sure. He has double Blaskus and tempt. So he can plus up, make sure Chandra does not have an untimely death due to the...
The token. I wouldn't mind this here.
Definitely plussing to exile. Some point plussing for mana, you can't
Plus
use
2
it.
exile, deal 2. Chandra goes to 5.
Oh, he's fatal pushing a token instead.
Oh, awesome. You didn't deal the 2 damage.
Didn't even deal the
Nice,
2.
nice hit.
Attacks Chandra for 1, attacks opponent for 1. Attacking opponent for 1.
Okay, so Rikus takes a point of damage. Goes down to 7. Amir going up to 22.
Rikus may steal this game if the Chandra sticks around. 5. Guess the Sun May. That is a god.
How big is it? It's 5.
That's 5/5.
Chandra can't kill it.
But he has double Rust Contempt in hand.
Yeah, but there's 2 5/5s right now.
He can plus for mana if he draws a land. He can plus for a card and hopefully it's fatal push.
He can plus and you go to 6 and hold up the Vraska's Contempt. Maybe he sends token and horse. I mean, maybe he just sends 6 exactly at the Chandra.
The problem is he will be taking 5, putting him down to 2.
Let's see what we hit. Sun's not good enough.
Not good enough.
I wouldn't cast it. Yep, I made it down to 3.
Oh, main phase, Raskus Dem, the Crested Sunmare.
Not good.
Goes up to 9. Chandra is going to die though.
Yeah, gives him a bit more time.
I do think your line was probably better. Hold
Yeah,
up
just
your
to see
opponent's
what
turn.
happened. I mean, he loses nothing by just waiting for his opponent's turn. There is the hasty Yeheni that we didn't think about, but that might also have
No,
gone
the thing
in his
is that wouldn't
face.
have mattered because now it's like, okay.
Okay, he takes 2 and Chandra dies. 8. 8 points of damage. I just sent it in Rikus' face. Rikus is on 1.
Amir could have won. He had a land in hand. He could have activated the desert, gives creatures +1/+1.
Oh, that Sweltering Sun's...
Actually, no, I could be wrong. I think the white desert may be 4 to activate.
Oh, sure. I don't think Rikus has anything
Raskus
to
Contempt.
do here. Okay, so he deals with the Crested Sun Man. Yeheni probably gets indestructible.
He doesn't get life. He stays on 1, he dies. That is what it is.
Oh, awkward. Really, yeah, kind of difficult to get around that. Massive amount of bodies on the board. Rick is only seeing 1 sweeper and maybe playing it in the wrong spot there.
I do think.
And that puts Amir up another game.
I think where Rikus lost that game was basically letting a Danto flip. Or
Yeah,
letting
so
the
that
Legion's
Martyr of
landing.
Dusk shouldn't have lived for an extra turn there.
It was basically the turn he killed the Lord, he could have killed the 2-1.
And then swept everything
And then
away.
swept everything the next turn. His opponent's not flipping Legion's Landing because his opponent will be playing another creature by playing the second Legion's Landing anyway.
Mm. Okay, well, suppose that's it for now. We will see you again in round 3.
Yeah.
You put in a Twilight Prophet, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a powerful card.
I hate it. I don't like it.
I also dislike it.